Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamonds on my pinky and that brain.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, because you know they don't want them there, bro. They don't nobody want them there.
They got, they finna get beef with Paul Henry, Sami Zayn, and Cody.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't want they like, come on, move around. WWE keep teaming them up, and I know the cats that's ready to come up from where they at to the WWE are like, man, please let us hurry up and come up so we ain't got to keep using these people outside the family.
Yeah.
Because they keep doing it. They keep doing it. It's like, oh man, CM Punk. Like, I ain't got no problem with CM Punk. I don't got no problem with CM Punk. You said what? What?
Tongans aren't supposed to be there either. They shouldn't be there.
No,
why?
Technically, they are somewhat opposite because they aren't really family like that. They're just family.
No, but what
they're not really like blood like that.
But what I explained though, I said if you're connected to somebody, they at least look like it though. For the story, they look like it.
Yeah, I guess.
Sami Zayn don't look like nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like even with JC, he's not just like y'all said. Y'all said he's Hawaiian. So I'm like, he's not close. He's not but he looks the part. Like if there's not people like us that look up information and find out the real, everybody else think that they're related in real life because they look the part.
Yeah.
So it works because they look like it.
I mean, with the Tongas is actually different. They actually,
I don't know about the Tonga story.
They family like extent.
Because this JOSIAH been saying that they wasn't family for a long time.
No, they're not blood. They're not blood related. They family got extent.
They step family?
No, extinct. Like you can basically call them a step family. And they grew up with Roman and all those.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying. The WWE didn't spin it like they were supposed to. When Jey Uso was talking about, bro, when he was talking to Solo, he was like, why you gonna get them? You know why we don't rock with them. They should have expanded on that story.
Yeah.
And they never did. I think they should have expanded on that story, man, so we could all have more understanding of who the heck these people are.
The side don't consider them family because they're not related, but they're related.
The reason why I've been like that, let me be honest with you, is because when you look at the Anoa'i family tree, you don't see Haku's name on the list. You don't see.
So you saying Haku's not? You saying Haku's not related?
No, he's not Anoa'i family. That's like the Anoa'i family is a large people of who is along with the WWE bloodline, or who came before or even after, or who kids have made kids with. Some of them are wrestlers, some of them are not wrestlers, but that family tree is large. And when you look at that list, when you look at that tree, there's no mention of no Haku on Time Twins. So my question is, we say so much about how Sami Zayn is out of place. I agree to an extent, but they are somewhat out of place as well because they're not necessarily family. They look like they could be though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they're apart. You know what I'm saying? That part, they look it. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are though.
Well, exactly.
But I'm not knocking it because again, they have that connection. I'm just saying they're real. It's not necessarily fully blood. So when I say it's not really blood, I'm not saying they can't be family. All I'm saying is just they're not really that connected. That's all I'm saying.
But the way only ways.
Okay, for instance, hold on, real quick. Hold on, Larry. For instance, right quick. Me and you are black. Me and you and BG are black.
Mm-hmm.
Say it loud.
And to me, You're a brother to me, right? BZ is my big brother. I look at BZ as a big brother because he's older than me, right?
Right.
Me and you and BZ will be considered. I'm sorry, me and you will be considered BZ's little brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
not blood,
Yeah,
but we do
but
say we're family
in that
to
case,
an extent.
it's way different. In that case,
No, it's not. Why you keep trying to make it seem as if it is? How?
really,
Because they
that's
wrestle?
like
Because they
no,
wrestle?
no. That's not what I'm getting at. I
They
said
eat the
in
same
their case,
food? That's different.
bro,
Go ahead. I'm
don't cut me off.
I'm joking, bro. Go ahead. I was joking, bro. Go ahead. Go on, man.
Shoot.
It's like if you grew up with somebody raised in the same neighborhood, same household, you go to the same family functions.
Sure.
That's your family, even if you're not related by blood.
Oh yeah, by blood. Oh, facts.
Like,
I was gonna say that.
Okay.
Blood don't make you family.
like,
Blood don't make you family is pretty much what he's saying. I get that.
yeah, like
Blood don't make you family.
for
Yep.
instance,
Agree.
for instance, my older brother, he's not my father's biological son, but that's still said.
Right.
You get what I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, blood
So
don't make you blood.
they're not biologically related. But you ask them, that's their family.
Right.
You ask somebody how kids, that's their uncle.
And respect to that.
Okay. Well. Okay. Question: who was all at the Stephanie McMahon boat thing? Who was all on the bloodline on there? I think Sammy was there. Sammy was there.
Sammy was there. Only one that wasn't there was Big Brunson Reed. I don't know there.
Brunson Reed was there?
Wait a minute, who you talking about?
No. I said
I was about to say. No, remember Stephanie McMahon got that show and she did the interview with Roman and he had the bloodline in him and it was on the boat. I'm trying to find out who all was on the boat.
Was Bronson on the boat?
Jacob was? Yeah, he was talking.
Okay.
Jacob,
but was the Tonkas on the boat?
Yeah, they were.
That's what I'm asking. So the Tonkas was on the boat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. I gotta watch that back. You talking about 70's places, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, check out her podcast. Her podcast is dope too. I subscribe to her and everything.
I didn't even know she had a podcast. Stephanie McMahon outside. So instead of coming back to the WWE, she just want to do this, huh?
Yeah. I watched her interview with Bianca Belair. It was fire, bro. It was dope.
And she got an interview with Bianca? Hey.
Yep, she had Bianca. She had Bianca on there. Dominic Mysterio was on there.
Yep. Dominic Mysterio. What is Dominic Mysterio talking about? Is that again?
Dirty Dom.
I saw that boy.
How dad's deadbeat, which is hilarious to me every time.
That man will never get out of character.
Yeah, I know.
He can't say nothing nice about his dad ever in his life. It's crazy.
I know. I haven't watched it yet. But yeah.
That cat is crazy, man. He just keep always saying he get opportunities to say that. Hey, your dad is the reason why you in this joint.
Yeah, my daddy dad was this. And he always saying something like that about his dad. I'm like, oh my gosh, we get it, Ray. You don't like your dad. You hate your dad. Okay, we get it. In character. But come on, man. Take the gloves off for a second and just talk about how great Rey Mysterio is for a second. Come on, bro. Can we at least get that?
Right.
Larson's going to ban on Rey.
He's protecting the finisher.
No, I respect it. Don't get it wrong, but I'm just saying from time to time, it will feel great to just hear.
Especially on interviews, bro. Everybody else break character on interviews. Everybody else break characters on interviews. This cat locked in on interviews the whole time. I'm like, come on, bro.
Easy. Thank you for telling my point. That's my point. That's my
Yeah,
whole
I'm like,
entire
come
point.
on, bro.
That's my whole entire point.
Everybody broke
That's my
character.
whole
You the
entire
only
point.
one who's still holding it. And I'm like, get
Yes.
out of here, bro. You don't make no
And you know what's
sense.
funny? I saw R. Truth's interview with Chris Van Vliet. He was in character and out of character on both times.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
That was a great
He
one.
can play both.
Yeah, that was a good interview. That was a great interview.
Yep. It was.
Yeah, for sure.
It was, bro.
It was a good
Funny
one.
how that interview happened and then all of a sudden
Yeah, that's why bro.
Crazy.
Boomerang, bro. Right back to square one. Right back to what we would start talking about at the beginning. It was like, bro, I don't know why they did this release.
And he was just something how he got fired from WWE like years ago. Like, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it, bro.
That was not right. I mean, that was not right, bro.
Yeah, something is
right.
I
Yes,
don't like that thing.
some of them, like I just said, it's easy. Or like I said, Larry, some of them can break character
Sucks.
when they want to. Some of them just don't. So I
like Undertaker. Undertaker's never broke character. And he probably got that from the Undertaker too. Undertaker never broke character ever in his whole career.
Probably did.
He probably got that from him. He probably told him, he was like, yo, be out of character, do your thing, but always say something bad about your dad at all times. They probably told him that. Make sure you do that all the time.
When he's on Bust Open, he does. He's in character. I've seen it. Chris Van Vliet,
oh,
he's
that's
in character.
crazy.
Logan Paul, he's in. Oh, the Logan Paul interview with me was by far the funniest.
I was shocked that after Logan Paul went against Seth Rollins and then he did an interview right after. I was like, that was pretty dope. That was different.
Yeah. But Logan did an interview with Dominic, and Dominic he told Dominic, he said it will be an honor the moment, or he said it was an honor to beat your dad's behind. He cussed, so he said the A word.
Yeah.
It was an honor to beat your dad's behind. For his U.S. title. And
for the title, yeah.
Dapped him up. I was cracking up.
Yeah. He forever in character,
y'all be doing Ray dirty. And what makes it sad too with Ray, a lot of times Ray keeps getting turned on too. Ray might be the only wrestler that's got turned on the most by a lot of wrestlers.
Ray needs to just go ahead and retire, bro. Ain't nothing else for him to do.
Yeah.
The LWO is not over like that, in my opinion. It's not over. I like old girl though in the LWO that's a champion. She cold. I rock with her, but everybody else is just like, LWO is okay.
I think they have brought back the LWO to have something similar to the Bloodline.
What'd you say?
They only brought back the LWO back to have something similar to the Bloodline.
Yeah.
No, because if that was the case, then they would have been treated on the same level as Bloodline and Judgment Day. On top of that, Judgment Day was treated like Bloodline's counterpart.
I think ain't the LWO supposed to be a part of that little thing that they announced at what was it, WrestleMania with all the luchador joints? I think they probably going to end up moving over there.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why he did it. That's part of the reason why he did it. But
yeah,
to the Bloodline's counterpart, it was always JD. It was always JD. So you didn't really have a counterpart to the Bloodline really like that. I'm gonna be honest. This is a hot take. This is a hot take, but I'm gonna have to be very much honest. And Larry, if you think I'm full of it, go right ahead. I don't care. The Bloodline is cold right now.
It's what?
Ice. They're cold. Ice cold.
Cold as far as what? Like they're doing good? Like, oh, that's cold. Or what? What you talking about?
No, I'm saying they're cold right now in terms of storyline development. The Bloodline storyline has been put on a massive pause. Probably of a long pause than I would have ever expected it to be. Like ever since, like to me, nothing's been continued on besides what they've been doing with Fatu and Solo.
Ain't this what y'all asked for? All the Bloodline haters, ain't this what y'all asked for? Then y'all say y'all ain't want to see no more Bloodline. I'm tired of the Bloodline.
By the way.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not Bloodline hater.
Larry.
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 I'm not a Bloodline hater. No.
Yes, you are.
But no, I'm not.
You are a Bloodline hater. Yes, you are.
No. I'm be honest.
He's a hater.
Larry, if you think that, that's fine.
No, we know
The
that.
reality is, The reality, no.
No, we know that.
The reality is, for me, I love you, Beasley. The reality is, for me, is the bloodline to me isn't the only interesting thing that I'm going to tune into for Raw all the time, or SmackDown all the time, or whatever show they want to put the bloodline emphasis all over. I am a fan of Johnny Americano, so I'm interested in that storyline. I may be interested in CM Punk. I may be interested in Seth Rollins. I'm not coming to WWE Raw just going, yeah, every single time I'm watching WWE, I want to see what the bloodline is doing. I don't do that because I'm always going, WWE will always have something to cook with, even if it's not materializing all the way through. It will eventually cook. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding with you. Okay.
Larry, this cat acting like this is the first time we ever been on the phone together. Oh my gosh.
The bloodline.
You killing me, bro.
Eventually. No, listen. The bloodline will eventually get finished. It will have its final chapter. So my question, hold on, hear me out. So my question is, when that officially ends, what does WWE do next? Because to me, that's what I'm always looking for. I love this story. I think this story is about line. This storyline might be by far the best storyline WWE has to offer. Number one, period. It might just be. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying
is, it's not no might just
capitalize. Beyond the bloodline. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's why I get interested with other sports. That's why I don't always want to talk about the bloodline all the time. Not because
that sounds like a hater. That sounds like that's a hater, bro. Bro, if something is big, bro. This okay. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this as an example. The Kansas City Chiefs. They won back-to-back Super Bowls. The third Super Bowl, everybody was rooting against them because they was tired of seeing them win. That's hating.
Right.
That's what that is. That's what it's called. You're hating. You're hating on the organization that's better than everybody. So everybody is rooting for the other team for them to lose. You're doing the same thing with the bloodline.
So currently, it is cold right now. There's nothing that's been developed as far as the storyline other than what they're doing with teasing the eventual dissension between Jacob and Saul Sequoia. You don't. Other than that, what else are we going to? Because Larry posted in the group chat about the viruses and what they look like.
Pause. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, Larry posted in the group chat what could happen for Survivor Series, and I noticed that the key thing was there was no bloodline involvement. We have to get to that and get bloodline because for instance, last year we were like, this isn't full-on bloodline. It should have been full-on bloodline. Right. Survivor Series. We did say this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, we said, okay, if they don't get full bloodline, hold on. If they don't get full bloodline on bloodline, we said at least in 2025 they should give us that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whereas across the world are going, well, maybe that won't happen because Seth Rollins got a new stable on. We pay attention to that. So what I'm saying is the bloodline. What other story do you tell? Because we aren't getting the War Games match with them. We aren't getting anything with them. What's going on with Soul and Jacob?
Actually, we might.
And we might. About two in eventually. But other than that, what else do you do?
We might. Because look, this is the dream team right here. We got Roman. We got the Usos. We got Jacob, and we got Zilla. That's dream team.
Okay.
That's dream team right there.
I agree.
And I pitched that they're gonna go against Seth Rollins. Braun gonna get on some of the Jason Mateo and Solo Support at War Games.
And Josiah is still gonna be a hater of the bloodline. You're a hater, bro. It's that simple, man. He's a hater of the bloodline. And y'all don't want him to admit that junk. He's a hater of the bloodline, bro.
Let me ask you a question, BZ. Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Real talk.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When it comes to a franchise, what's the one franchise that you see continue on with stories that you just go, bruh, I am low key getting tired of seeing this. Even if it's somewhat good, or at least very at best.
You can't. That's what
I'm like, bro. I'm tired of seeing that story being developed.
No, I can't hate none of that. Like, I'm the type of person like, bro, they keep winning.
Okay. I'm not even talking about WWE. I'm talking about like
I'm talking about period. I'm talking about period, bro. If it ain't broke,
Really?
don't fix it. Why would you be upset? When Golden State was winning all them championships, I'm like, bro, only reason why I wanted them to lose is because they was going against LeBron. Other than that, I'm like, bro, no, let them keep winning. If they're that good, keep going. If Patrick Mahomes keep winning, build a team to beat it. What's up, man? Build a team to beat it. If y'all not building no team to beat it, you can't be mad at the franchise. I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at everybody else who ain't good enough to beat it.
I'm not mad at the franchise. But there's a point at every franchise where you go from your prime when you're in your prime stage, and then you get to your peak stage. And when you peak and you want to tell more stories, people sometimes go out being disinterested and they don't want to follow the story no more, only because they've gotten enough of the story and the meat and the bone and everything else in between. Now,
so
all of them continuously. Right, go ahead.
No, so my question is, did Roman Reigns hit his peak?
I think so.
You say he hit his peak?
I think for the bloodline. I think for the bloodline's purposes, yes. I don't think he's hitting his final stage yet when it comes back facing The Rock. That I say no.
Man, move around. He don't have to fight him to get no peak.
Let me ask you a question. Do you put Roman Reigns in the middle of do you put him in the middle of a bloodline story for him to carry on as the lead? Do we still need that to happen?
Roman Reigns don't have to do anything. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
that's my point.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, Roman Reigns, even if he hit his peak or even if he didn't, it's something that ain't nobody ever gonna want to stop watching. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's gonna want to stop watching that. That's Roman Reigns. Who's gonna stop watching that? That's Roman Reigns. That's Stone Cold. That's The Rock. Nobody's gonna ever want to stop watching that. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's gonna want to. Nobody. When the bloodline story is done and over with, the WWE is in trouble. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So I'll be honest right now. I'm intrigued by Solo and Jacob Fatu. If not only a bit at times for me, disinterested. I'm very disinterested in the bloodline story right now.
I think what people have to understand is, even with the bloodline story, the individual skill set for all of them, it don't even matter if it's a bloodline story there at all, because they're all good enough to do solo stories anyway.
I agree.
So they don't even need the bloodline story. So even if the bloodline story is shut down, it don't matter.
He's of the few people that feels the storyline needs to continue.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill it.
And it's so easy when you say about the bloodline. I'm with you over that. I'm completely with you over that. I want to see it get into that route, because I'm just like, bro.
But the WWE is in trouble when the bloodline story is done, so they better stretch it.
They are going to be in trouble. That's a fact. That's a fact.
They better stretch it, because they in trouble.
I agree.
Is it this one or is it the next one? I'm so scared. I don't know.
I'm about to completely side step if you just say this about it being on pause. Because it really hasn't been on pause. The main story just has been on pause. It branched off.
It's been on pause. Go ahead.
No, it's not on pause. It's really not on pause. It branched off. Into individual chapters.
Into what?
What
did it branch off into?
Hold on. How do I put this? You watch anime, don't you, Priscilla?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the difference between the main story and the filler stories, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
great analogy, by the way. Great analogy. But continue on. Continue on, though.
Right now, they're not in the main story, but then the filler stories, like the filler arc.
Yes. That's it, Larry. That's it. Because when we Thank you for bringing that up. By the way, this is where I agree with you over. That's a great analogy. That's how I feel right now with this bloodline thing. Everything keeps feeling like it's a filler, and I'm ready for them to get back to what made it great in the first place. What's the main story that needs to be capped off? Everything has been filler and filler and filler.
That's the problem. Everybody who don't want to see the bloodline or who wants to see the blood, y'all want to see greatness at all times, bro. Michael Jordan is allowed to score 8 points, but y'all always want to see him score 40. He's not going to score 40 every night, and that's the problem. Everybody want the bloodline to score 40 every night. No, if you score 40 every night, everybody's going to get tired of that. That's the reason why Roman Reigns ain't there consistently. Because if we see Roman Reigns beat Roman Reigns every night, we like, bro, no, I don't want to see that all the time. Spread it out.
To your point. Your point. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
They're not about to keep Ivan filler on top of filler. They about to get back to the main story, but they can't get back to the main story until Roman's back and Rock is back.
Right.
And if you pay attention to each story, they're building up to the finish. They're building up to it. War Games, hopefully, is when they just bring us back into it. But they're kind of slowly bringing us back into it. Because when Roman comes back,
but it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not. But that's what I'm saying. It's not filler. It's just.
Yeah.
It's the WWE keeping it still in your face. It's not filler.
Yeah.
They just expecting super duper matches every time, and I'm like, no, you're not gonna get super duper matches every time because it's not drawn up for it to happen like that.
Yeah, that's why I said if you really been paying attention, they been cooking. They've been cooking.
I agree. I agree. Here's what I'm saying.
They completely made you forget about Roman Reigns.
That's true. They've been doing that.
They completely made you forget about Rock.
He's been doing that too. Especially because everybody already the stone Rock to death with a Rock, no point intended, when he was pulled when he didn't show up at WrestleMania and do all or whatever the spots. So now they not even talking about that right now. They already moved on. So yeah, you right, Larry. Go ahead, keep cooking. You right.
They made you lose on, so you won't pay attention to what they're about to do. Because what they about to do, they're going to pull it out of nowhere. It's like they're going to pull the trigger. Without you being prepared. And it's going to blow your mind. Because they're leading up to it. They're leading up to the time where they're about to blow your mind.
Well, go ahead, Josiah, because you had something to say before I ask my question. Go ahead.
You can be like, oh wow, all the time I'm just waiting for this to happen. I actually put it on. They get disappointed. Because they build it up. They don't want to just do something half cooked. Because then you'll be boring. Then you'll be talking about how bad it was.
For me personally,
yeah, go ahead, Josiah.
For me personally,
let me reference Jay Uso and Jimmy's match on WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That was half cooked, wasn't it? It didn't give you the big payoff that we thought it was gonna give us. So they just put it out there half baked.
I get that, but post that happened from WrestleMania. Hold on, let me cut you off. But post that happened from WrestleMania, when Sol Sikoa did what he did with Jimmy Uso when he brought in Tama Tonga and so took him out of the equation. Now you added that was the next wrinkle to the bloodline story. After what happened with Sami Zayn, that was the previous wrinkle. they added another wrinkle to that bloodline story with Solo Sikoa trying to come in and rebuild his bloodline to however he has see fit. And when he was doing that, I was saying to myself overall, like, okay, how do I stay interested with this? And they kept me staying interested every single week. Throughout 2024, I was interested in the whole entire bloodline ordeal. And then we thought what we was going to get for Roman was going to happen this year. But again, we get told, no, Rock's not going to be involved, this and that, third, boom, 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 whatever else like that. We're like, all right, okay, whatever, right? And we're thinking he has something to do with the bloodline story. The last part of that chapter so far, not saying it's also ended, has been when we got Roman and Solo Sikoa when they bowed for the tribal chief crown. Sorry, yeah, the tribal chief crown. Ulafala, right? And we got that payoff with Roman being it. So now he's undisputedly the tribal chief. So we got that payoff for all of that. And ever since we got that payoff for all of that, it has been nothing more than just Jacob Fatu saying, I'm going to do my own thing. Solo Sikoa came out one night and said, and didn't say nothing. And Fatu began to start taking over. He said, I'm going to do what I want to do. He told Thomas Target what he's going to do. And so what he's going to do. And nobody can control him. He's all gas, no brakes. He started to branch off. So we're all rooting for him because we're all like, bro, Fatu's dope. Boom, 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 whatever like that. Even if he's portrayed to be a heel right now. He's going to be a babyface, like undisputedly as time goes on. Right now, it started off with that. And what I'm saying is, after it somewhat ended at, for me, after Roman beat Solo, because nothing was being done about it. There was no bloodline tag team situation for Chamber. There wasn't a bloodline tag team thing for WrestleMania. If anything, we got Jay and Jacob Fatu winning championships on the same night. That was pretty much it. There was nothing else as far as bloodline.
I'm gonna explain why they did that. They did that and didn't finish it up and keep going.
Right. So I'm getting the reason why you're saying what you're saying as for right now. I'm just telling you why for me personally it's off.
They would have did it, but you gotta remember people got injured. So they put it on hold.
Of course.
So that's why they put it on hold. And the chapter that we were in was Roman Reigns' redemption arc.
What's filler? What's filler though?
No, I'm just using.
What's filler is again the cool down period right now. It's nothing really like. I thought at WrestleMania we would have gotten okay. Here's when they bring in Hikuleo. Here's when they bring in Lance Arnold or Zell Fatu. It still has remained. The only thing that they brought in so far has been Jeff Cobb, and that's cool. That's cool. But there's still. It's more about Solo and Jacob. It went from, which to me is actually really good writing from those parts. Very soft writing. And I like that. I just don't know if I love it yet. I'm not going. I want 2 minutes every single week.
We're not gonna see people later on and Lance on the why you're involved in everything on the main roster probably because they're going straight to NXT.
Yeah.
So if we see them, it's gonna be something involving Over Finley.
But they've been signing Hikuleo. Why hasn't he been brought up yet?
Yeah.
Why is that?
He's still in training. They want to make.
They want to take some months for some training. Damn. Long training. I'm just saying.
No, it's like you said. The right time.
What's up, man?
It involves the right timing, and he has to study WWE. He has to get used to WWE style. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. So I can believe that it's going to take some time for him to get used to how they want their big guys to move. But we should be seeing them soon since everything name dropped them.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two are going straight to NXT. think Lance should be on the main roster.
Well, we gonna see, man, because I'm gonna let either way. As long as they on the joint, I don't care. I don't look at none of it as filler to me.
But the team I think we about to get, if Reigns doesn't come back by himself, and he comes back with two people or just one person. Because he comes back with two people, he coming back with Zilla Fatsu, and he coming back with Jacob Brother, Jeremy Fatsu. Then if we get those three, and I can see Solo and JC Mateo taking out Jimmy, because Jimmy keeps refusing Solo and getting involved in Solo and JC's matches and talking about the losing and stuff.
Come on, bro.
I can see them taking Jimmy out.
Everybody take Jimmy out, bro. That's the only person everybody be taking out. Jimmy. They take Jimmy out all the time. I'm like, golly. That boy be getting sacrificed every week.
Yeah, Jimmy be getting street for real. I don't like
he get sacrificed every week, bro. And it's supposed to be the year of Big Jim. This is supposed to be the year of Big Jim. He gotta get laid out.
Right. He do.
Right.
When they do, I think that's how you get Roman to come back, because he's gonna come back and Fatu probably gonna join him. And they're gonna plot on they're gonna do something about Solo. Or Fatu's gonna do something about Solo.
Okay.
So if Roman comes back, so I think Solo's gonna panic, and he's gonna go to the only person that he feels like can help him put Roman down for good, and that's Seth Rollins. And that's how you get the whole Warriors match. When Roman comes back, he's not coming back by himself. He's coming back with heavy hitters. So Solo gonna be scared. He's gonna be scared. And he's gonna have every way too. And the only person he can run to is Seth Rollins.
Why are you having Roman come back? Are we doing this still? Are we still having Roman with Solo? With Zilla coming together at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins?
No. They're not gonna. Most likely. The thing that Seth Rollins does is that's just one of my main theory. That's my main theory. I still believe that can happen. But another thing that I have is, like I told you, them taking Jimmy out. Since Jimmy keeps refusing Solo's offer of coming back to the family. Because if you've been paying attention on SmackDown, Solo's been trying to get Jimmy to join him. That's why he kept telling JC not to attack Jimmy. When JC was about to attack Jimmy.
I get that.
And he stopped him.
I get that.
So I can see Solo losing his patience with Jimmy and telling him, like, look, I've been trying to bring you back into my phone. You keep rejecting me. Now, I've been holding this guy's back, but no, I'm not about to hold him back no more. You brought this upon yourself. Yeah, and he tells him you brought this upon yourself. And you like Jason Mateo take Jimmy out.
Not only is so not the tribal chief. My thing is this: why would you have Roman be brought back into that situation, into that flow after what happened with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania?
What I'm gonna say is, when Roman comes back, he's gonna have a list of people he's gonna get his lick back on.
I would do Seth and Paul first. I wouldn't go for Solo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna lead into that. But you're gonna have to take Jimmy out. You have to take Jimmy out first.
Right there. Okay.
I can see it, but you gotta take him out first.
Just sit right here on the right.
That's how it works.
Right here, you want bust right? Just hold on, man. Gotcha. My car is.
So I'm gonna put my phone on mute for a few minutes.
Thank you. All right.
But
Take it easy.
You think you can leave in a few minutes?
I'm putting my phone on mute for a few minutes. Give me a second.
Oh no, you're good.
So he's saying that Roman Reigns should come back, and when Roman Reigns comes back, Solo has to clear out Jimmy, which I think makes sense because when Roman was about to get cleared out, Jimmy came and saved him. So I get that. But the question is to go after
Okay.
Solo first, or do you go after Seth and them first? And I think
Seth first for me.
if you go to Seth and them, he's going to lose because he ain't got no team unless he coming back with somebody.
Oh, so he needs to build up.
Yeah, because right now, if he go after Seth, he comes back with Seth and Zilla. Zilla's going to start off his career with a loss because they not about to beat Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, and what you call it right now. Like, no, that ain't happening. He gonna have to figure something out. That's why. That's why I'm like, I gotta find out how they gonna do that.
Okay.
Because if Roman Reigns come back by himself, we understand who Roman Reigns is, but we do also gotta understand that ever since Roman Reigns lost to Cody Rhodes, they have not been giving him W's like that.
They have not. That's true.
So he would be getting stomped out, been getting beat up lately. Well, I mean, he still be winning in some matches and stuff like that, but they have not gave him that green light. That's like, okay, well, Roman's back to getting his wins back like he used to get before. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
losing for like 4 years straight. Like now it's like they making him lose for 4 years. That's what it feels like. He's like, yeah, you about to be on a loser streak, and I'm like, dang. But I think he's lost enough. So now it's like, all right, so now you're trying to build him back up. But you building him back up, and Seth Rollins got one of the craziest squads. That vision squad is different. That's different. Brunson Reed and Braun Breaker together is insane, bro. You add Seth Rollins is a different story. But just them two alone, without Seth Rollins being in the picture, that's tearing the world up. Brunson Reed is one of them
Yeah.
boys, man. He one of them boys, man. Like you really got with Brunson Reed, you got to get like a Braun Strowman or something, and he ain't even on the roster no more. So I'm like, who do you get? And then you got another stable you got to worry about with Jacob, JC, and Solo, who all dang near the
I'm
same size
still
as
on
Brunson
out to my
Reed.
theory that Logan Paul will join Seth Rollins' stable.
You said what?
I'm holding out to my theory. I'm sorry, not holding out, holding on to my theory that Logan Paul will join Seth Rollins' stable.
I mean, he can, but that don't make the stable that much crazier than what it already is. They already crazy.
No, but I think it would. I think it would benefit Logan though. I think it would benefit Logan like long term. Like you know how you come
Yeah,
out
oh
with
yeah,
stable
no,
and
yeah,
then like
I agree with
yeah
that,
that
but
part.
it don't benefit the WWE as far as the fans. It don't be because how crazy the team is right now. Only thing Seth Rollins can do is mess it up. The team is
Yes.
you already got somebody who can dang near do everything. That's Seth Rollins. You got two monsters. Why you add somebody else? Like, but it makes sense if you add Logan Paul, like I said. But to us, it ain't gonna be like, oh, his team is crazier. No, it can't get no crazier than what's going on unless they get Brock Lesnar. That's when it's just like, okay, now this is wild. But if
That
you add
part.
Logan, it's like, all right, that's the person. That's cool. He's beatable. But right now, it's like that team ain't beatable. There's no stable. Well, I won't say that. I think Jacob, Jacob, and JC. I think they could beat that team. They just don't go against them. But if it was 3-on-3, I'm picking Solo in them over Seth Rollins and
Oh,
Braun
for
Strowman in
sure.
them. Yeah, that's what. So there is that stable
Let's
is
do different.
beatable. Stable is beatable. It's just who you built to beat it. Because the stable definitely is beatable, but you got to have the right people. If you ain't got the right people, you gonna get smoked. And that's all that's been happening
Yeah.
lately. Them getting smoked. They've been stomping a curb, stomping everybody.
This is me. Seth will smoke Punk and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso this
Can you
past
fold
Monday
them
on
up?
Raw.
Or try to just slide it in. Try to slide it in. It ain't gonna fit in the trunk. I think it's too wide. Yeah, try to put it in here, in the car. Yeah, the other way. There you go. Yeah, do it that way. Yep, there you go. Yeah, hold on. So what else we got on the conversation before I end this?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we started off just basically this whole long talk about
All right.
the WWE's downfall.
Right.
And then TKO was basically ruining them essentially. I don't know.
I don't know if they're ruining them. I just think it's a business move. I think it's a
Me
business move.
neither.
I don't want to lose our
Me
truth, but like
neither.
I said, if he's not doing what everybody else on the roster is doing, but yet he's getting paid like everybody on the roster, it's going to come a point in time where they are going to have to cut your income.
Hmm.
Because if I see Seth Rollins every week and he's getting paid 32 million, and I only see you once a month and you making 31 million, nah, bro, nah, I can't.
Business.
Business move, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I think the
And
fans
people
are
hate when you say that too. People hate it. People and we as a society can't stand when we hear the term business. It was just
it's
business.
business, bro.
Boom, boom. Because we take everything so personal,
Yeah,
right?
it's business.
But at the same exact time, I'm also going like they have their reason. I again don't think it has something to do with
People,
Hunter Hearst Helmsley or Paul Levesque, however you want to say his real name, right? Had something against Ron Killings, the man
yeah, I think
behind R-Truth. I
the
don't
people.
think that none of that was going on. Yes, he made the call to fire him.
Why
Yes,
would you do
and
that?
I guarantee it's probably a hard call. I don't think that call was easy to make.
Yeah,
With your best in your future endeavors, it's not an easy call to make it and say you're gonna let go of R-Truth. The man been with you for 17 years.
I don't know who this is driving. She's terrible. But yeah, I think this is what I'm
For
saying.
17 years,
People got to separate business from friendship. Like just because you like the
they
person,
do.
it's still it's business, bro. Like there's so many organizations that like people, but at the same time, if they got to do budget cuts, it's not about liking people. It's about keeping the business afloat and what's necessary. So even though you build a
Yes,
friend, if you build a friend or if you build a brother or a sister in the business, that's cool. But if they can't stick around due to the joint, what's more important, the business or the friendship? The friendship should never die.
exactly.
If it's real, if it's a real friendship, the
A
friendship ain't
friend of
gonna die.
mine's, two friends of mine actually got fired back to back.
Right?
I'm in BC. I'm not even making this up.
Triple.
They got fired back to back, and all I had to do was go. Well, you know what? It is what it is. They fired. There were reasons why they got fired. I can speak on their behalf, but all I can go is I have to move on. What's I'm supposed to do? Fire? Like let my job go because they got fired?
Yeah, no, I can't do that. They didn't fire me.
Exactly. I need
They
my
fired
money.
you. Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry about that, but I gotta continue to work. And I'm not been let go yet.
Yeah, I still got work to do. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hire me. I mean, they didn't fire me. So I don't just quit because you got fired. I'm like, that don't even make no sense. And people don't function like that. And that's the reason why everybody is so uptight about this R truth thing, which makes a lot of sense. I'm not mad at them, but they're talking out of emotion. They're not talking out of business.
Yeah, out of emotion, and that can cost you a lot. That can
Exactly.
cost you.
Exactly. So you're emotionally connected to him. even though he might not even be doing anything. He might not even be there for 2, 3 months, but you're emotionally connected. Oh, I still want to hold on to him. That's like paying somebody that don't come to work. And
All right, I'm back, y'all.
Larry said, 10 times out of 10, he's probably in the backyard. He's probably in the back all the time. But if you're not in the ring, that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at him at all. It's a business. But a lot of people, you gotta separate your business from your personal feelings. And if a lot of people's personal feelings is invested in the fact that that's why he got released, and that's the problem.
Right. And
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I mean, like as a fan, it sucks that he's gone.
heck yeah,
I told my cousin like Omani. I told him I say as a fan, it sucks.
it sucks.
But if I'm thinking from a logical standpoint of business, I'm like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it do. It makes ton of
I'm
sense.
not saying here say that to say, oh, get R-Truth out here, boom, boom, boom. I'm not saying none of that. You will not hear me be on this phone being like, man, R-Truth was a waste of time. He needed to go. No. If I had it to me, I would keep him there forever. Almost forever.
And this is what I'm saying.
Until he
So,
wants to give us right.
and this is what I'm saying. So let's say this. Let's say they let go of R-Truth to free up cap space for Dean Ambrose. Then what they gonna say? Oh, well, that was fine. That was fine. See what I'm saying? You don't know what the next move is. You don't know what the next move is. It could be anybody. You could be re-signing somebody. You could be doing whatever. But sometimes you gotta cut something to bring in something better. You don't know. Like I'm not. That was just an
I
example.
think it
I don't
was.
think the fans would be upset. I
I'll
don't
be
think the
honest.
fans would be upset at all if they brought in Dean Ambrose back. They was like, oh, why they do that? I'm like, well, we
They
had to cut
can't.
our truth. All right, well, that's fine. That's what they would say. Oh, we're trying to bring Daniel Bryan back. Oh yeah, well, how you gonna do that? Oh, we got to cut our truth. All right, well, that's fine. They wouldn't have no problem with it.
That's a fact. I'm sorry. This
They
is
don't know
true.
what's happening behind the scenes. It might cost a little bit of money for Daniel Bryan to come back to actually retire in the WWE, or Dean Ambrose to come back to do whatever. It might cost, and in order to do that, somebody that's employed might have to get cut because the money that Dean Ambrose or Daniel Bryan is asking for is way more than what they got. So that's when you start cutting people back
Mm-hmm.
to bring people up. That's business.
Mm-hmm.
You see how
Yep.
many people got cut before CM Punk got there, and or CM Punk's contract was
Come
about to
on.
come up, and then people start getting cut. Like, bro, because they had to pay CM Punk. You got to pay Jay Cargill. You got to pay these people when their contract is up for them to stay.
This is true.
People don't think like that. They just like, oh, yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm like, all right, yeah, but you'll be all right if Dean Ambrose is back. You'll be all right if Daniel Bryan is back. You ain't gonna complain at all. But now understanding that our truth had to be sacrificed in order for that to happen. You don't hear nobody complaining.
Nope.
See what I'm saying? That's different. They ain't looking at it from that way. They only looking at it from an emotional standpoint. Oh no, we hate to see him go. We just seen him with John Cena. We just seen him with Bloodline, which I get that. But if Dean Ambrose called and was like, "Yo, man, 14 million, I'll come back," they like, "Hey, shoot, sorry, our truth, you gotta go."
I was watching Not Sam Wrestling do his podcast on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So he was covering like what was going on past week for Raw and things like that. He just past week for Raw, if I'm not mistaken. No. I think it was for like last week. And he talked about well, while I was watching the video, I came across a comment section. Somebody said the WWE just released R-Truth. I'm not watching the product anymore.
I
Thank
remember
you,
that.
R-Truth. Something
I
he
seen
had
that.
said.
Oh, yeah, I seen
And I
that.
remember just going, you know what? I can't fault the man for feeling the way he feels. You don't want to watch the product anymore because it's not R-Truth. You have that right.
But that's weird
You have
for
that
a
right.
fan to do that if our truth is
It's
never even on
weird, but
TV
I
like
get it.
that. Yeah, that's what I'm
But I
saying.
get it.
But that's what I'm saying. One person stops you from watching it, you're not really a fan of the WWE. One person
Yes, you're
should
probably
not
not.
shake your world. Yeah, one person should not shake your one person, and all of a sudden now you don't want to watch the whole product. So since our truth ain't there, we ain't watching Roman Reigns no more. You don't want to with Jacob. Jacob ain't good enough. CM Punk ain't good enough.
Right,
What? The
right.
the the final farewell of John Cena. That don't mean nothing. You don't make sense. Why would you say that quote? That's crazy. You're not really a fan.
Yeah.
Real fans will get upset with the product. We like, dang man, why would y'all do that? But at the same time, we still watching it because we still
Yes.
got other people that we like that's on there. We hate to see them go, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, it's the better the business.
I thought you were a curveball. If WWE had went, we're going to release R-Truth, Randy Orton,
They will never.
Seth Rollins, or a few other. Give me at least 4 to 5 top guys on the roster if you can.
You just said Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Jacob Fatu, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Jay Uso, uh, and give me dang, who else is five? Uh, yeah, dang, that's a what would be my fifth? Oh, Rhea Ripley. Uh,
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
If you
Oh
take those
yeah.
five away,
Oh yeah.
if you take those five away, you don't have the WWE no more. So it's dead.
It's a hard reset.
Dead. It's
WWE will
not
have
even.
to do their best to in
They
the
will
next
not
few
return.
months.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, they will not return. Those
Mm,
five,
mm,
yeah, you officially
mm,
you're done.
mm.
You're done. The seats are
You're
not
done.
filled anymore.
You're done.
Took the
I'm
yeet
gonna watch
away.
AEW.
Yeah, you took
I'm
the
gonna watch
yeet
some
away.
AEW. Shoot.
You took the yeet away.
Yeah.
Took away the tribal chief. You took away the visionary.
Yeah.
Took away Rhea Ripley, and then you took away Jacob Fatu, one of the best.
Yep.
Come
I'm
on,
done.
bro. Come on, bro. Come on,
I ain't
bro.
watching that part.
No, I'll never
I
watch
don't
it
care.
again. I
Nope.
don't care if John.
I'll probably look at it
I don't
at the
care if
very
John Cena
least
come back.
before
I don't.
it starts cooking again. Maybe I'll probably watch it. But in terms of me just going on to look up reviews of Raw, I'll go back to doing that
No,
like when I was going through my
no,
depressed period where
no.
Vince McMahon was running that company before he
It will
retired.
take a minute.
So I'll go back
Yeah,
to just reading the results. I don't want to watch the
it will take a
shows.
minute.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm good.
it will take a minute. I think I will return, but it will take about a year or two, because of the fact that there's still other people in there. Like there's still Brunson Reed, there's still Braun Breakers, there's still it's a lot of people that's still in there, and Jay Carhill. There's a lot of people that's still there, but it's going to take me about at least a
I'm
year
not gonna lie to
to
you.
recoup from that. That's going to take me a year.
If they release the whole bloodline, I'm probably gonna watch again.
No, if they release the whole bloodline, they might as well change the name. I'm talking about at the whole company. They might as well change the name. They can't never do that.
Yeah.
They might as well change the name because the WWE is built on that. There's no way. There's no way. But yeah, just those names alone, that those five that I said, I will be sitting for like at least a year. At least a year. I will have to come back because, like I said, you still got Jay Carhill, you still got Bianca, you still got the female division, you still got Brunch Reed, you still got Braun Breakers, you still got all those people still. I mean, I hate to say it, you still got Cody, you still got all these people. So it's like, but you just took the big names out of there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, man, WWE without Rhea Ripley is gonna be a hard thing. That would be hard to watch. That would definitely be hard to watch. I have to say, that would be hard to watch.
Very.
It would definitely be a hard reset, like you said, but they would still have the talent. Even if they took those five, but even if they took those five away, that roster still might be better than AEW's roster without those five. That's how many good people they got.
Yep.
It still might be better, or not even better, or as good as. So it won't be like people just turning away. Now I'll say this: if those five are going to the AEW, I'll consider yourself done. It's over.
Oh yeah.
If Rhea and them goes to AEW, yeah, hang it up. Then you'll never get no part of them. You might as well let Vince McMahon buy it back. You might as well.
Right.
You might as well let him buy it back.
Yep, that's it.
Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and them back in AEW. Rhea Ripley at AEW. Are you serious? Done. You got the Yeet and Date Man. What? Yeah, nah. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it will be a different situation for sure.
I don't think that Simona ever signed with a company outside of WWE.
I think I'm messing up all the recordings.
Two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boy back, they all run like sawmill. This beat with your sentiment.